In recent years, Africa has experienced a surge in political instability. Over the past 4 years, there has been 8 successful coups. That's a sharp increase compared to the previous 2 decades. These events represent critical junctures in the continent's path towards governance, democracy, and sustainable development.
So it's not just about politics or the primacy of politics. It's about the primacy of politics and the primacy of economics, because people will not eat politics. When you organize political settlements and they don't see the economic transformation in their lives, then your political settlement is only worth the piece of paper on which it is written.
Les chaînes de valeur sont devenues à la limite sans valeur de rétention interne, donc on n'a pas créé assez d'emplois pour les jeunes. Et donc, les jeunes, ou bien ils sont happés par la Méditerranée, ou happés par l'océan Atlantique, ou happés par le désert, ou happés par le terrorisme et la violence. Donc, la transformation de nos économies et de nos sociétés est fondamentale. Et on le voit.
The challenge we have within the Horn of Africa, of course, is multifaceted, and especially with regard to some of the transitions that have led into conflict situations.
In response to these challenges, UNDP and the African Union established AFSIT, the Africa Facility to Support Inclusive Transition. This initiative is a beacon of hope, offering integrated support to African countries navigating complex political transitions.
AFSIT contributes to enhancing the systems of governance. It is important to recognize that for us to be able to do so, we need to boost, enhance, and support, or in some ways facilitate, systems of governance.
The facility is pivotal to changing the landscape for building institutions for democracy. And once democracy has to be inclusive, has to be effective, it will deliver the right goods so that we can not only just silence the guns, but we can also promote the requisite efforts towards sustainable development.
The tools that we are developing together with the African Union for AFSIT can also help prevent crisis, or can help anticipate what should be done in terms of preventing any political crisis. For example, through dialogue, mediation, and other processes that should actually enhance democratic return to order.
AFSIT is not just about high-level strategies. It's about involving every voice, every community. Local engagement is the cornerstone of sustainable transition.
One of the stakeholders in the process that should not be forgotten or that should not be left behind are the local community voices, the local community conversations, and the local community input in these transition processes.
There's a greater need for governments to be responsive to the needs and to the aspirations of its citizenry, but particularly its young people that form 70% of the demographic bulge.
AFSIT est un instrument qui est indépendant. Et l'intervention de AFSIT est toujours une intervention à durée limitée, limitée dans le temps. Donc ce qui fait que ça n'a pas de parti pris, ça n'a pas d'engagement trop long, limité, bref, mais précis, objectif, quitter la zone de turbulence et retrouver la zone de paix.
Old roads do not lead to new destinations. So we are looking at the old roads and we are trying to define collectively these new destinations where we need to be. It's a very politically challenged context. It makes it extremely difficult for us as the UN, but also for other partners, regional partners such as the African Union, the regional economic commissions, but also for international community to be able to navigate these waters.
In spite of the challenges that the continent is facing at the moment, the majority of African people are sending one core message. They want democracy, they embrace democratic values, And they simply want the international community, both the African Union and the United Nations, working hand in hand and closely coordinating with their own governments to advance a democratization culture across the continent.
AFSIT is a testament of the power of collaboration and partnership. It is a shared vision for a stable and democratic Africa. AFSIT has proven that it's not only necessary, but it's equally needed in this current context to support political transition. It places people at the center of transitions and hopes to reset for a better future.